What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Solvice. Thanks for joining me once again. I hope you're all doing well out there. Today we're taking a look at all of the upcoming releases for the month of February. Now this is not going to be a comprehensive list of every single shoe that's going to be releasing in February because that would be an incredibly long video. So what I'm going to do is let you know about the shoes that I'm interested in, or if it's a shoe that I'm not interested in, it's one that I think most everybody else will be interested in. But if you think there's any shoes that I missed in this list, make sure to let everybody else know down in the comments. That way we cover all of our bases. Now, if you end up finding this video helpful in any way, please do me a huge favor and let the YouTube algorithm know by smashing that like button. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm on my way to 2,000 subscribers and we're almost there. By the time I publish this video, it's very likely we will hit 2,000. So thanks to everybody who subscribed already. And also make sure to hit the notification bell. That way you're notified every single time I post a new video. I do try to get videos out to you guys every single week, right around Saturday. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. All right, let's get into the list. Now, just a quick side note, this is gonna be the most accurate information that I have available to me today as I'm recording this on February 4th. But as I'm sure you probably know, sneaker releases do get pushed forward and backward and canceled and all that kind of stuff. So make sure to also keep up to date with, different websites for shoes that you're actually really interested in, because it's very likely that some of these dates could end up changing along the way. All right, so kicking things off with February 6th, no pun intended, we've got the Air Jordan 12 Lows in the Super Bowl colorway. This is a decent release. I'm not a huge fan of 12 lows, but I think the colorway here is pretty nice. They actually do kind of remind me of like a Flu Game 12 low. There are some gold accents in here and some other Super Bowl related details. So I think they're okay, but I'm probably not gonna cop these just because, again, I'm not a huge fan of 12 lows. And we've actually got another Air Jordan release on that same day. This is the Air Jordan 5 Anthracite. These are like a black and gray and reflective colorway. I think these look okay too. Again, probably not a shoe that I would cop for myself. I might actually end up picking those up for a review though, because I do think they're a pretty decent sneaker. These are gonna be releasing in men's sizes for $190 US. Moving a couple days ahead to the 8th of February, we've got the Yeezy 500 High Mist. I'm not a huge fan of Yeezy 500 Highs, but I actually think this colorway does look halfway decent, so I might actually end up picking up a pair of those for a review. The retail price on those is $220 US. Now, moving ahead to February 10th, we've got one of my most anticipated releases of the entire month, the Air Jordan 1 High 85 in the neutral gray colorway. Now, the neutral gray colorway is one of the OG colorways of the Air Jordan 1 High, and we have not seen that colorway since 1985. So for no other reason than that, this is gonna be a highly anticipated release. But again, on top of that, this is an 85 release instead of the OG High. So this is a lot closer to the original Air Jordan 1 that we used to get back in 1985. I say we as a person who was not even born yet in 1985, but the details are very similar. I've actually got the reverse breads or varsity red colorway of the 85s, and I'm a huge fan of those. Now, quick note for anybody out there who's looking to cop those, they run very, very narrow. So if you're somebody with wide feet, I would really suggest going up at least half a size on those, because I don't even really have wide feet, and my normal true to size that I got on my varsity reds, pretty uncomfortable. So definitely make sure to go up a half size if you got wide feet. Now, the downside of these is they are going to be releasing with that elevated $200 price tag that we saw on the last two Air Jordan 1 High 85 releases. And then the next day on the 11th, we've got another Air Jordan dropping. This is the Clot Air Jordan 14 Low. And I think since 14s are already kind of a polarizing shoe, and this shoe in itself is even more polarizing, this is going to be like a hate it or love it type shoe. And for me at least, I think getting them in hand is gonna let me know which camp I am in. I think just kind of off pictures, I really do think I'm gonna be in the love it camp. They are out there, but I'm a pretty big fan of 14s. I'm probably a bigger fan than most people, but still I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on these if I can. Since it's a collaboration, I'm assuming they're gonna be super limited, so we'll see if that's even a possibility. But they're gonna be releasing on the 11th for $200 US. And then just a couple of days later, we have my most anticipated release of the entire month, and maybe one of my most anticipated releases of the entire year, the Air Jordan 6 in the Carmine colorway. And this is the first time that we've had them with the Nike Air on the back, just like they're supposed to have since 1991. So everybody who's an Air Jordan 6 fan is super excited to get these in the collection. Now, I'm actually a little bit worried about this release just because I'm hearing multiple reports that Carmine red is actually bleeding over onto the white midsole, turning it pink, which obviously nobody wants. And this wouldn't even be the first time something like this happened. If you guys remember the Mellow 13s that came out a few years back, that was a black and gold variation of the Air Jordan 13. That gold suede ended up turning red on a lot of different pairs. So they ended up scrapping the release, and then they released as a B grade outlet only release a few weeks later. So who knows, maybe that's gonna happen to these. I know if it does, you're gonna be finding me out the outlet copping these because I absolutely have to have the Carmine 6s with the Nike Air on the back. But let's hope this is not a widespread problem. And then on the 15th of February is probably the most interesting release of the entire month, and that's gonna be the Nike Go FlyEase. They're releasing for $120 in a few different colorways. And the idea behind these is Nike wanted to make a shoe for people who have disabilities that prevent them from tying their shoes. So you just step into the shoe, it closes around your foot, and then when you wanna take them off, you just step on the heel and it opens back up. So I think this is a really cool idea. Now, if I could make a quick recommendation, if you're somebody who wants these but you don't have a disability, wait for a bit, make sure that they don't sell out, because obviously we want people who do have disabilities to be able to get their hands on them. I am gonna be trying for them so I can get a pair to review for the channel, but I will be giving them away to somebody with a disability who wasn't able to get them on release day. And then on February 16th for $110, we've got the Nike Dunk High in the Vast Gray colorway. Obviously, Nike Dunks have been very popular lately, so I would not be surprised if these sell out. Probably not one of my favorite colorways of Nike Dunks, but I can see kind of that minimalist kind of neutral colorway being really popular. And then on February 18th, we've got 3 pairs of Dunk Lows releasing. We've got the women's exclusive in the Coast colorway, we've got the Hyper Cobalts, and then the Unlv colorway, which is probably gonna be the hardest one to get because I think that's the one everybody's going to want. I think all 3 of these are actually really nice colorways. I normally would probably be going for the UNLV colorway, but I already have the off-white UNLV colorway, which is pretty much the same thing. It's just got your off-white garbage that comes along with every off-white sneaker. And those are actually some of my favorite shoes in my collection. So I don't really feel like I need the UNLVs that bad. So I might focus my attention on the Hyper Cobalt. But either way, I think they're all gonna be really nice. And they're all gonna be releasing at the typical $100 price point. And then releasing on February 19th, we've got another women's exclusive with the Air Jordan 1 High OG in the Silver Toe colorway. Think of shattered backboard color blocking, but instead of orange, we've got metallic silver. These definitely do not fit my aesthetic, so I'm not even gonna try my luck on these. I don't even think they go up to extended sizing, so I wouldn't get them anyway. But if you are somebody who's looking to get these, I think they're gonna be difficult to get. Air Jordan 1s always are difficult to get, and they typically make less pairs of Air Jordan 1s for women's exclusives. So again, if you're somebody who wants these, make sure you're on your toes. They're gonna be releasing at the typical $170 price tag for Air Jordan 1 High OGs. Now moving on to February 20th, we've got the Air Jordan 3 in the cool gray colorway. This is another very highly anticipated release, at least for me. I love Air Jordan 3s, and I think this is one of the best colorways of the Air Jordan 3. And we haven't seen this colorway, I think, since 2007 when they first came out. So I'm looking forward to getting my hands on these if I can. The materials on these look really good. I know some people aren't really a fan because they've kind of like upgraded the materials, and a lot of people would just want them to be the way that they originally were. Now, if these are like any other Air Jordan release that we've seen with any amount of hype or anticipation around them, they are probably going to be selling out. They're going to be releasing for $190, which I don't think is too bad since Air Jordan 3s can go up to $200 or $225 in some instances. So I definitely appreciate the lower end price tag for these. Now, I actually don't think that the cool gray 3s are going to be the hardest shoe to cop that day, because we've actually got a pair of Kobe 6 Pro Tros releasing in an all-star colorway, which is an all black and red Kobe 6 Pro Tro. And I think these are super fire. And of course, everything Kobe right now sells out instantly. So I'm hoping we're a little bit later down the production line. So at this point, I'm hoping that they're ramping up production to catch up with the demand for Kobe's at this point in time. I'm definitely gonna try and get my hands on these if I can, and they are gonna be releasing for $180. And then there's one other release on the 20th I think is worth mentioning, which is the Yeezy 700 V3 in the Kyanite colorway, or at least I think that's how to pronounce it. Who really knows with these current Yeezy colorway names? But I actually think these are really nice looking. This is really similar to that other blue pair that came out a while ago, but these are predominantly white or cream with that blue accent there. I am a fan of these, so I actually might try to pick these up as well. So the 20th is gonna be a pricey day. I probably am not gonna be able to end up keeping all of them if I cop all 3, but I'll at least get reviews out for you guys. Now moving on to the end of the month, on the 27th, we've got the Air Jordan 4 in the Topez colorway. I think this is a really nice colorway, and I'm looking forward to getting my hands on them. I'm not totally sold on them yet, so I think I'll save my final thoughts and opinions for when I actually do get to see them in hand and on feet. But I think the idea of having that layer of like crackled leather kind of like up near the toe and on some other panels, being able to rub away and reveal some suede underneath, I think that's a really cool detail. I always like when Jordan Brand or Nike has that kind of like underlayer that you get to reveal if you want to do so. Now again, I'm not totally sold on them, but I know there's a lot of people out there who definitely already are. So if you're one of those people, you can pick them up on the 27th for $200. And then at the end here, I want to talk about a few shoes that don't have confirmed dates as of yet, but we are suspecting that they are going to be releasing this month. And the first two that I want to mention are a couple pairs of Yeezy 350 V2s. One of them is called the Ash Blue colorway, and the other one is called the Ash Stone colorway. Now, a lot of times when Yeezy releases shoes that are similar in colorway or theme at the same time, they end up being region exclusives. And I have no idea if that's what they're planning for these. Since there's not a third colorway, which is kind of always the telltale sign that it's a region exclusive, they usually do 3 colorways for whatever reason. Since there's only 2, I'm thinking maybe it won't be, but I guess we'll wait to find out. And then saving what is for probably most people the best for last, we've got the Trophy Room Air Jordan 1s. Now we're almost positive that these are going to be releasing on the 10th. That was the original date, but of course things get pushed back and the All-Star game got pushed back, so I don't really know what's going to end up happening with these, but we are looking to see these on the 10th. And then of course you've got those kind of special blue laces that they end up adding later on. So that's a whole thing that's going on right now for people who are getting them early, if they've got the blue laces or not. So I guess we'll have to wait and find out how they end up releasing and when they end up releasing, but definitely keep your eye out around the 10th because I'm pretty sure that's when they're going to be releasing. These are an Air Jordan High OG, so it looks like they are going to have the $170 price tag. Obviously, these are going to be stupid limited. I think the only place they're releasing is Trophy Room online. We might see a sneakers release down the road, but who knows? Now, we did get official images loaded on Nike, so it's a good sign. It's a promising sign that we might see a sneakers release, but I guess we'll have to wait and find out. All right, guys, down in the comments, let me know what shoe you're looking forward to picking up the most in the month of February. And also, like I said earlier, if there's a shoe that you feel like I missed that should have been on the list, put that there too so other people can know about shoes that are coming up in the month that I forgot to tell them about. And other than that, I'll catch you guys in the next video.